Hello, and welcome to the TV and podcast next part of our English learning journey. In this lesson, we're going to explore some of the most popular and powerful American idioms that real people use every single day. These expressions make your English sound alive, colorful, and authentic. When you use them naturally, you connect with listeners in a deeper way. So get ready to take notes, repeat after me, and feel the rhythm of real American speech. Let's begin with one of the most common idioms, break the ice. This expression means to start a conversation in a friendly way, especially when people feel shy or uncomfortable. Imagine you're in a new class or meeting new coworkers. You can break the ice by saying something kind or funny to make everyone relaxed. For example, I told a joke to break the ice during the meeting. Notice how simple it sounds, but it adds warmth to your English. Next, let's talk about spill the beans. It doesn't actually mean dropping your lunch. It means to reveal a secret, often by accident. If your friend tells everyone about your surprise party, you can say, "Oh no, you spilled the beans." Americans love this expression because it's playful and expressive. Try saying it with energy, spill the beans, to sound more natural. Another very common idiom is hit the sack. This one simply means to go to bed. After a long day, you might hear someone say, "I'm exhausted. I'm going to hit the sack." It's a friendly and casual way to say you're ready to sleep. If you say, "I'm going to sleep," it sounds normal. But hit the sack sounds more native and conversational. Now, let's move to piece of cake. When Americans say something is a piece of cake, they mean it's very easy. For example, that test was a piece of cake. You can also use it to encourage someone. Don't worry. This job interview will be a piece of cake for you. The expression adds positivity and confidence to your tone. Here's another great one, under the weather. It doesn't mean you're standing in the rain. It means you're feeling a little sick or unwell. If someone asks, "Are you okay?" you can reply, "I'm a bit under the weather today." This idiom is polite and subtle, which is perfect for casual American conversations. Let's talk about a funny one. It's raining cats and dogs. No, animals aren't falling from the sky. It simply means it's raining very heavily. People often use it to describe extreme weather. "I forgot my umbrella and it's raining cats and dogs outside." You'll hear this one a lot in movies, so remember it. Now, a very useful phrase in business or serious discussions, cut to the chase. It means to skip unnecessary details and get straight to the important part. For example, "We don't have much time, so let's cut to the chase." It's great for meetings or storytelling when you want to sound confident and clear. Another phrase you'll hear is a blessing in disguise. This means something that seems bad at first, but turns out to be good later. For example, losing that job was a blessing in disguise. It gave me the chance to start my own business. It's a wise expression that shows optimism and emotional maturity. Have you heard, "The ball is in your court"? This comes from tennis, but in conversation it means it's your turn to take action. For instance, "I've done everything I can. Now the ball is in your court." It's often used in teamwork, negotiations, or relationships. Let's make things more dynamic with burn the midnight oil. This means to work late into the night, usually to finish something important. "I had to burn the midnight oil to complete my research paper." It's perfect for students and professionals who work hard. Now here's one of my personal favorites, once in a blue moon. It means something that happens very rarely. For example, "I visit my hometown once in a blue moon." The phrase adds emotion and rhythm to your English. Let's move to the elephant in the room. This is a big, serious issue that everyone knows about, but nobody wants to talk about. In meetings, someone might say, "Let's address the elephant in the room, our budget problem." It's a powerful phrase for clear communication. Here's another fun one. "Let the cat out of the bag." It's similar to spill the beans. It means to reveal a secret, often unintentionally. For example, "He let the cat out of the bag about the surprise party." These idioms make your speech sound natural and colorful. When someone is extremely happy, you might hear, "I'm on cloud 9." It means you're feeling wonderful, joyful, or proud. Example, "She was on cloud 9 after getting her dream job." Notice the emotional energy in that phrase. It paints a picture. Now let's discuss hit the nail on the head. It means to describe something exactly right. You hit the nail on the head with your explanation. This idiom shows clarity and understanding, something native speakers appreciate a lot. Here's one that's very American. Kick the bucket. This is a humorous way to say someone has died. It's a bit informal and not for serious situations, but you might hear it in comedy shows or jokes. Example, my old car finally kicked the bucket. You can see how idioms add humor and personality to language. Next, throw in the towel. It comes from boxing, meaning to give up or quit. After trying so many times, he finally threw in the towel. Use this when you want to describe surrender or exhaustion. Let's take a small pause here. Remember, idioms are not just words. They're pieces of culture. When you learn idioms, you understand how Americans think, joke, and express emotions. Using them correctly makes your English feel alive. Moving on, another powerful expression is, actions speak louder than words. It means what you do matters more than what you say. For example, he keeps promising to help, but actions speak louder than words. This is often used in moral or motivational conversations. Now imagine someone says, "I'm feeling blue." That doesn't mean their skin is blue. It means they're sad or depressed. She's been feeling blue since her friend moved away. It's a poetic and emotional way to express sadness. Here's a very American idiom, bend over backward. It means to make a big effort to help someone. The teacher bent over backward to help the students succeed. It shows kindness and willingness to help. Let's add another one. The best of both worlds. This means enjoying two different advantages at the same time. Working from home gives me the best of both worlds, comfort and productivity. It's perfect for describing balance. Next comes in hot water. It means being in trouble or facing difficulty. He forgot the deadline, and now he's in hot water with his boss. This idiom is common in workplaces or schools. Now, pull someone's leg. It means to joke or tease someone. Don't take him seriously, he's just pulling your leg. It's friendly, playful, and shows humor. Let's go deeper. To cost an arm and a leg. This means something is very expensive. That new iPhone costs an arm and a leg. Americans use this often to exaggerate high prices. Another good one, to kill two birds with one stone. It means to achieve two goals with a single action. By studying English and watching movies, you kill two birds with one stone. It's about efficiency and smart learning. When you say, "The early bird catches the worm," it means people who act early or work hard get success first. It's a motivational proverb and a favorite among teachers and parents. Now, let's focus on pronunciation and rhythm. In American English, idioms often flow together. Instead of cut to the chase, it sounds like cut to the chase. The T blends softly. Instead of piece of cake, you'll hear piece-a-cake. Practice linking your words. That's the secret of sounding fluent. Let's use some idioms in a natural mini dialogue. A. Hey, you look tired. Bon, yeah, I've been burning the midnight oil all week. Well, you deserve a break. Don't work yourself into the ground. Notice how natural and expressive that feels. That's the magic of idioms. Before we wrap up, here are a few advanced expressions. Throw caution to the wind means to take a risk without worrying about the consequences. Bite the bullet means to face something painful or difficult with courage. Call it a day means to stop working for now. Go the extra mile means to put in extra effort. These phrases are extremely common in motivational speeches and workplaces. As you can see, idioms are like seasoning in a meal. Without them, your English might sound plain. But when you sprinkle a few idioms in your sentences, the flavor changes completely. You sound confident, expressive, and fluent. So here's your challenge. Pick 5 idioms from this lesson and try using them today, in writing, speaking, or even thinking. When you use them naturally, they'll become part of your speech forever. Remember, learning English isn't about perfection. It's about communication. Keep practicing, stay curious, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every mistake is a step toward fluency. By the skin of your teeth means narrowly succeeding or just barely managing to achieve something. Imagine finishing a difficult assignment at the last minute or catching a bus just as it's leaving. For example, I submitted my report by the skin of my teeth. Notice how native speakers emphasize skin slightly, giving the phrase a natural rhythm and punch. Throw your weight around is an expression used to describe someone who uses their power or authority forcefully. For instance, the manager kept throwing his weight around, and the team felt stressed. In American culture, this phrase often implies criticism or disapproval, so it's important to use it in context where authority is being abused or applied unfairly. Cut corners is a widely used idiom that means doing something in a quick, careless, or cheaper way, often sacrificing quality. For example, don't cut corners on your project. Attention to detail matters. Pronunciation tip: link the words smoothly, cut corners, to mimic native speed. Using this expression correctly in business or school contexts makes your English sound professional and precise. Under one's nose describes a situation where something is very close or obvious, yet someone fails to notice it. For example, the missing document was right under my nose the whole time. This idiom adds subtlety to your speech, showing observation skills and cleverness. When practicing, stress nose lightly to highlight the emphasis Americans naturally place on the last word of the phrase. Take it with a grain of salt means not to fully believe something or to remain skeptical. Example: he's always exaggerating, so take what he says with a grain of salt. Pronunciation tip: grain of salt flows quickly in native speech. Practice connecting the words smoothly. This expression adds nuance, showing that you are careful with information. Get a taste of your own medicine is an idiom meaning that someone experiences the same unpleasant situation they caused for others. For instance, he constantly ignored safety rules and eventually got a taste of his own medicine. Use it in storytelling or discussions about consequences. Notice how Americans stress own medicine to emphasize the poetic justice. Bite the bullet is a classic idiom meaning to face a difficult or unpleasant situation bravely. For example, I didn't want to talk to my boss, but I had to bite the bullet. This expression is often used in motivational or professional contexts. Emphasize bite naturally and let bullet flow softly to mimic native speech. Throw caution to the wind describes acting without worrying about potential risks or consequences. For example, she threw caution to the wind and started her own business. Americans use this phrase to describe bold decisions, often in inspiring stories. It's important to stress wind slightly at the end for emphasis. Call it a day means to stop working, usually after completing enough tasks. Example: we finished most of the work, so let's call it a day. It's informal but very common in both casual and professional conversations. Notice how native speakers reduce "call it a day" into a smooth rhythm without pausing excessively between words. Go the extra mile means to put in more effort than expected. Example: to impress the client, she went the extra mile in preparing her presentation. This expression communicates diligence and commitment. Pronunciation tip: stress extra lightly and let the phrase flow naturally to sound idiomatic. Keep your eyes peeled is an idiom meaning to stay alert or watchful. Example: keep your eyes peeled for the delivery truck. This phrase conveys attentiveness and awareness. Americans often use it in casual conversation or instructions. Stress peeled slightly to sound authentic. The ball is in your court means it is your turn to take action or make a decision. Example: I've done my part, now the ball is in your court. This idiom is very common in negotiations, teamwork, or decision-making contexts. Linking the words smoothly makes your sentence sound fluent. Let the chips fall where they may means to allow events to happen naturally without interference. For instance, I told the truth and let the chips fall where they may. It conveys courage and acceptance of consequences. Stress chips and may slightly to emphasize the inevitability in native speech. Burn the midnight oil refers to working late into the night, usually to complete something important. Example: I had to burn the midnight oil to finish my assignment. Pronounce midnight oil smoothly as a single phrase. This idiom conveys dedication, and native speakers often use it in professional or academic contexts. Once in a blue moon describes something that happens very rarely. Example: we go hiking once in a blue moon. Emphasize blue moon to make the phrase sound idiomatic. Americans love this expression for storytelling, adding a poetic touch. The elephant in the room refers to an obvious problem that people avoid discussing. Example: let's address the elephant in the room, the budget shortage. Stress elephant naturally to highlight the issue. It's a powerful idiom to sound aware and professional. Let the cat out of the bag means to reveal a secret, often unintentionally. Example: he let the cat out of the bag about the surprise party. Pronounce cat out of the bag fluently, linking the words. This playful idiom is common in casual conversation. I'm on cloud 9 means extremely happy or joyful. Example: she was on cloud 9 after winning the award. Emphasize cloud 9 together to convey emotional energy. Idioms like this make your English expressive and lively. Hit the nail on the head means to describe something exactly right. Example: you hit the nail on the head with your solution. Stress, nail naturally. Using this idiom shows clarity of thought and comprehension. Kick the bucket is an informal, humorous way to say someone has died. Example: his old car finally kicked the bucket. Be careful with context. It's for comedy or casual storytelling, not serious situations. Throw in the towel means to give up or surrender. Example: after many attempts, he threw in the towel. Stress towel lightly for natural pronunciation. This idiom conveys exhaustion or acceptance of failure. Actions speak louder than words means that what someone does is more important than what they say. Example: she promises a lot, but actions speak louder than words. Pronounce actions speak together smoothly. Americans use this in motivational contexts and advice. I'm feeling blue means feeling sad or depressed. Example: he's been feeling blue since his pet passed away. Stress blue at the end for emotional emphasis. It's a soft, poetic way to describe sadness. Bend over backward means to make a great effort to help someone. Example: the teacher bent over backward to help students succeed. Pronounce bent over together. It's a common idiom in professional and casual conversations. The best of both worlds means enjoying two advantages simultaneously. Example: working from home gives me the best of both worlds, comfort and productivity. Stress best lightly to highlight the positivity. In hot water means being in trouble. Example: he forgot the meeting and is now in hot water with his boss. Pronounce smoothly, in hot water, to mimic native rhythm. Pull someone's leg means to joke or tease someone. Example: don't worry, he's just pulling your leg. Pronounce pull slightly stronger than leg for native feel. To cost an arm and a leg means something is very expensive. Example: that luxury car costs an arm and a leg. Stress, arm and leg for emphasis. Americans often use exaggeration in casual speech. To kill two birds with one stone means achieving two goals at once. Example: by reading books while commuting, you kill two birds with one stone. Pronounce two birds naturally and link smoothly. The early bird catches the worm means people who act early or work hard get success first. Example: I woke up at 5 a.m. because the early bird catches the worm. Stress, early bird together. This is motivational and widely used. Idioms and expressions often contain figurative language. Practice linking words, intonation, and rhythm. The difference between sounding fluent and robotic lies in how naturally you stress and connect these phrases. Repeat them, use them in daily conversation, and imagine real-life scenarios. By now, you've learned many advanced idioms and expressions that Americans use naturally. Phrases like burn the midnight oil, once in a blue moon, the elephant in the room, and actions speak louder than words elevate your English from textbook level to real-world fluency. Remember to practice pronunciation, stress important words, and use gestures or facial expressions if speaking in person. This makes your English expressive, convincing, and authentic. Consistent practice is the key to mastery. Now try creating mini conversations using at least 5 of the idioms you learned today. Speak aloud, imagine dialogues, and repeat until it feels natural. Over time, these expressions will become second nature, allowing you to communicate like a native speaker. Keep practicing, stay curious, and never fear making mistakes. Mistakes are part of the learning process, and each one brings you closer to fluency. With dedication and smart practice, you will master advanced American idioms, natural expressions, and vocabulary, and your English will sound lively, confident, and authentic in every situation. In the next lesson, we'll explore advanced vocabulary and sentence patterns that help you sound more like a native speaker. Until then, stay confident, keep learning, and remember, you're doing amazing.